Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. To you, Toastmasters, have you ever asked yourself, why did you join Toastmasters? Really going deep down, why did you join Toastmasters? To you, my fellow guests, who wants to join Toastmasters, ask yourself, why do you want to join Toastmasters? I joined Toastmasters in 2021 after I had some intimidating moment, I would say. Why intimidating? This was a time where I joined my recent employer. I was new in the company and joined as an assistant geotechnical engineer. So my manager by then is somebody who believes in development, and he believes that we need to be on board because we were new. What we were doing before then was different. So in mining, in open pit mining, there is what we call the large open pit guidelines. So this is a guideline that assists us to ensure that there is best practice in our processes. It guides us. So in this book, it starts with data collection, design, and then there is where now you have to implement that design. Implementing the design, it's where now you blast your material, you take that material, now you go dump it in the waste dumps. So I had to read about that chapter. I prepared, I got my story right, and I know I was ready. The day of the presentation came. We were 4 of us, and unfortunately, I was the first one. I was wondering, what am I gonna do? The first one, maybe can I get sick? Maybe can somebody go first? But unfortunately, their topics, they were the last ones on the book. Mine closure, waste dumps management. So there is no way they were going to present first. During the presentation, there was my presentation. They put the pulpit there. The team was the side. And guess what I did? This was me. Looking at the board. The door was there. I wish I could run, go to the door, or maybe can I go to the toilet so that I could delay? In my mind, another thought, maybe I should just get it done with, finish it up with it, so that they can say whatever they wanted to say. That was me that time. I chose to stay. And to make it worse, my presentation was so dull, gray. And I was the only lady that time in our section. No green colors, no life into my presentation. It is that time where I felt I should join Toastmasters, because I've seen it somewhere in Facebook. My friend was a Toastmaster. The anxiety that time, it was just way too much. They say the mountain that anxiety creates is usually overcome by one step, just one step at a time. That time, my step was Toastmasters. I didn't even waste any time. Went to Facebook, found a link, and I was a guest. Unfortunately, again, when I was a guest that time, I remember the distinguished Toastmaster Richard Peck was invited to a Gaborone Toastmasters that time. And when the meeting ended, I was chosen again. How did the meeting go? How did you feel? I think I'm in the wrong place. No, I think I should just leave this one. Where we can just be chosen to say something. These people don't even know me. Why? I couldn't even unmute or switch on the camera. I was like this behind my camera. They want to see me. They want to intimidate me. No. That one, I won't even do. The meeting ended. After that, I had a long conversation with Bami Mutsumi that time. And that's when I decided to pay. I attended, started my projects, my pathways. And unfortunately, after maybe 3 months or so, I had to go on a long leave. Then my pathway, I had to stop it for some time. And when I came back now, at work, before I went to leave, I was working shifts. There was so limited interaction between me and the management. Now, when I came back, I had to move away from shifts. Now, the interaction with management was just too much. I had to sit in meetings. I have to participate in meetings. I have to give presentations. God, what do these people need from me? I had to pull myself together. Back to my meetings now. Taking part in my meetings. My journey in Toastmasters, it was really great. It was challenging. It was worth it. Let me just take you through the journey. It was so exciting. At work, because I mainly joined Toastmasters because at work, I didn't want to be that intimidated. When I came back just 2 weeks back at work, I had to deliver a presentation. That was a technical presentation because when you are in a mining environment or in the corporate world, you need to hit your ground running. You need to be there doing the work. There's no time to say, I will study and at my own time, I will go back and then I will join you on the way. There's nothing like that. So I had to deliver this presentation, and in that meeting, there sits the assistant general manager of the mine. There sits senior managers. There sits managers. There sits seniors, engineers. That sits my colleagues. That time. Do you know the time where you have anxiety coming, overwhelming, where you feel like, can I just tell my boss I'm sick? Can I at least give this to my colleague? That was what I was thinking. And I remember one quote, one day I was just browsing through the internet where they say, it's okay. It's okay to feel scared, to feel that fear. Because when you feel scared, you know that you are about to do something so brave. It wasn't that moment I was saying, no. The worst thing that can happen to me, maybe because I was sitting on the other side of Teams, is me just falling down and fainting here. But that's not gonna happen. The people be on the other side, there's nothing that they can do to me. They need to listen to me because this is my story. The report was done by me. I went into that meeting. I delivered that presentation. Guess what happened after that? After the meeting, one of the managers came to my office and told me that there's an engagement, GM's engagement, and they need a facilitator. Facilitating. And this was a time where the GM always comes with his entourage. The exco is always there, HODs for different departments. And I was facilitating an engagement for 2 departments. An engineering department is one of the largest departments that we have, and our department. And this time around, it was a physical engagement, and I had to facilitate. After that facilitation, my colleague just said, that was an astounding facilitation. I didn't know that you can do that. How did you do that? Proudly, I said, Toastmasters. You need to register Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? When we were working to our office, now I started talking about Toastmasters, what you need to do. I remember that time I was on my phone with the voice notes to other team members that wanted to know about Toastmasters. So I was busy that time because I felt good about it. These days, I can just pitch in. What do you think, Rethabile? They call me Lala at work. What do you think, Lala? And I just jump in. Recently, at work, there is monthly, every month, there is what we call management brief. And every month there is a department that hosts that meeting. So our turn was the beginning of this month of October. So we had to facilitate and give other shares. So there's this other share they call I'm Safe. So I'm Safe stands for illnesses, medication. Then S is for stress. A is for alcohol and drug abuse. F is for fatigue. E is for emotions. So it says every employee, when they come to work, they should check themselves whether they are safe. Are you safe? I'm safe. You need to assess yourself. So I had to give a share on this I'm safe. Imagine how many slides did I have? And this was only for 3 minutes. I had 2 slides for 3 minutes. This was the time when I thought, whoo, Toastmasters and table topics, now they are here. Toastmasters and evaluations, 3 minutes, and I have 2 slides. I couldn't even sleep because I was busy in front of my camera trying to come up with information for those 2 slides for 3 minutes. I remembered the first project, that is the icebreaker. The objectives for the icebreaker is to introduce yourself and learn the basic structures of the speech. That is your introduction, body, and your conclusion, a call to action. I had to think about it in that 3 minutes. And voila, I delivered my 2 slides in 3 minutes. How did I do that? How did I overcome this anxiety, this fear that I had in 2021 through to 2024? You know why? Because to me, Toastmasters is not all about giving our speeches, building my confidence and delivering those, not building my leadership skills. To me, Toastmasters is family. Toastmasters is love. Toastmasters as care. Toastmasters as sympathy. Toastmasters as a family of people who who wants to lift you from where you are and keep you here, bring you here so that you can fly. Be whoever you want to be. Go wherever you want to go. The anxiety, you get through it because of support. Some people, through their depression, through their anxiety, through their fears, they would go to the pastor, they would go counseling. Toastmasters is all that, because this is where you can come as a guest. This is how you can come as a member and pull up your chair and sit in your bed or on your couch and you listen to people's stories, motivating stories, inspirations, because these are the people who care about you. Imagine what you can do with a community behind you, a community that is not getting tired. The VPEs, I was a secretary at some point, and it's because of the VPE, because they were there to take my hand and walk with me. Because when you give your speech, think about it. When you give your speech, you don't give your speech alone. You have your Toastmasters of the day, your grammarian, your timer. There's a table topics also. There's the evaluations also. You need about 6 people or 5 people so that you can progress. That is so much support. And imagine given that environment that is so safe that you can even make mistakes and have people who are there to correct you in a positive manner. Most people don't have that, but we do have them here. I joined Toastmasters because there is support. There are people who are taking 2 hours of their time to be here. When I was going through my pathway, and some of the awards, I remember Leah getting an award of being an emissary. I went, emissary, what is this thing? Okay. She visits clubs and assists the clubs. Okay. Let me join. I started being an emissary. I went to clubs. I learned how people were doing things in the club. I learned a lot. Because when you join these clubs also, you are helping somebody, you are supporting somebody who has that anxiety. Because you are there to give a speech in front of 50 people, 20 people who have created that time. So, fellow Toastmasters, it has been a journey. It has been fun. They say, if it's not fun, it's not Toastmasters. That's true. It's fun. I always say Toastmasters is a master's class. Where will you get to learn about stilettos, project management, financial management, in a single setting with amazing people who are going to give you support. To you, my guest, Toastmasters as family, if you have anxiety, if you have fear, remember, it's okay. It is okay to feel scared because you're about to give your icebreaker. You are that brave. Remember, let fear be your counselor. Don't let it be a jailer for you. Don't let it stop you from coming out, because you are a Toastmaster after all. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.